try to do that. And man, when I do 10, I can tell. Okay,
Yeah.
And just I think that's a big thing to be able to do something. If you don't, I've invested in so much, but as the time I went for years, I didn't invest in myself.
Yeah.
Okay, and this part of me and my health, and I don't like it. Okay, I do not like working out. I do not like exercising. My wife loves it, and she's got one of those jumper things now. It's a little trampoline. You ever seen that?
Yes, I've seen.
Okay, she's got one of those in the living room, and I swear, I told her, I said, I'm gonna come home and find you dead one day. Okay, she jumps on that thing and does this jumping, and got this guy on TV that she does it, and she jumps with him and does all that, and she always asks me because I stop at Hardee's and get me a breakfast in the mornings after I work out. And she'll say, did you like your workout? And I said, no, I didn't. Did you enjoy it? And I said, absolutely not. I said, there's nothing about it.
Well, you know what the Bible says, the wicked flee when no one is chasing them. So I follow that philosophy. If you see me running, there's somebody with the swarthy man with a weapon behind me trying to get me.
But we need to, though.
We do need to. And I think nurses are probably one of the groups that takes the least amount of care of their body. Because nursing is a very hard profession on the body. I mean, you're doing a lot of lifting, a lot of long hours on your legs. And my mom I was trying to get out of the floor the other night at her house, and she said, can you really not get up with that? I said, I really can't. I really can't.
I hate it when somebody tries to help me. I said, don't help me.
She did have to help me.
My son always says, he says, you want me to help you? I said, no, don't help me. You'll pull my arm off.
But nurses really don't. I mean, you try to treat yourself, and you try to diagnose yourself, and you really don't treat yourself the way you should. I missed a thyroid condition for a very long time because, I wasn't paying attention to what my body was saying to me. So
I think that's, you have to. All right. When we talk about health, we have to invest in ourselves.
Yes.
We really do. And I think when we talk about nursing, like you're doing, it takes a special type of heart to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to love it. I've always said it's a calling. It's not just a job. It's something that I think not everybody can do. But I truly, it was just my niche. I loved it. I had patients that I had for the entire 26-year career that I had there.
Right.
And so you just fell in love with them, and then when you leave them, you miss them.
Yes, ma'am.
And you wonder how they're doing. And then when you see that one of them's passed away, you're just like, oh my goodness, I'm so sad. But
I think that there's things that I enjoy doing that drive other people crazy. I mean, I got things I'm real detailed about when it comes to, and I've done the COVID summit for a big group in Israel from right here in Tazewell. There's a lot of things like that. And I mean, it was very hectic and very tedious. And there's things that when the truckers were on strike up in Canada, I handled all their production work and done all of it, that stuff. And I enjoyed that. Okay. I mean, it'd be 15, 18 hours solid doing nothing but making sure this falls in place. But I enjoyed that and like that. And there's different things that you like.
Yeah.
That when you find that niche and you enjoy what you, and I found now this point in my life though, and I went through a little season of trying to figure out what I really enjoyed. And I've talked about that, what I'm passionate about, because I couldn't find anything I was passionate about. You go through different phases in life, and I think you should have something you're passionate about. And I got to talking to people, just talking to people like we're doing now, all over the country. And I've done 85 interviews and just talking to people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just talking to people about their life, because I believe there's people like you that have lived a life. Okay, and have information that you can't get anywhere else. And if people watching would take just a little bit of that and lay that over top of their life and use it as a blueprint and say, hey, you know what I mean? There's I can make it through this. I can make it through my father leaving my mother. You know what I mean? Or I can make it through my mother leaving my father. I can make it through this part of my life, and I can make it. You know what I mean?
And, nursing homes, people don't realize this, but long-term care is actually the most heavily regulated industry in healthcare that there is. You wouldn't even believe the regulations, in which I could spit those out like this. I know I'm like that. But you can work as hard as you want to work. But I think if you don't trust in the Lord to help you make the decisions that need to be made, or that you don't trust in Him to help you know which way to go, I don't know that anybody would be terribly successful if you don't put some faith in Him. I know we used to, my team could tell you, we literally would would go around and anoint doors and pray over the people in that room. We would go as a team. I had a couple of friends of mine that I worked with that would literally walk the building 7 times every morning and pray over that building as they walked it, because that's what the Lord had led them to do. We would bring the charts to the front and pray over those charts. And Lord, if there's anything that's happening with these patients that we don't know about or we have missed, please bring it to light and let us know so that we can do the best that we can possibly do for these people. And I think there's a lot of careers that people miss out on that because they don't think that the Lord is interested in that kind of thing or what they're doing every day or what their work is every day. But I think he is. I think if it's important to us, it's important to him, and we need to trust him in that. And that's, I hope that I have, instilled that in the people that worked with me through the years. And, I still do that with the kids at school. Lord, let me say something today that will help one of them do something in their life that they may be at a rough spot or a patch that they need. They need a word. Let them remember something that I've said or something that I've done or a story that I've told them that they can pull from. And I just think if we don't have that in our lives, we're not really going to be successful with anything.
I agree with you. I think this, I heard someone say the other day, if you have 8 broke friends in your life, you're probably going to be the 9th.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think it's important the people that are around us, we be so careful. And I know with you and you work and meet a lot of people. Okay. And just in your life, you and your husband in your life. And you just got to watch, though, for a moment. You have to watch the people around you, too,